What's going on, everybody? My name is Bazerath, and today I'm going to be doing the YouTuber Tag Challenge. Now, I was nominated by Grinch to do this challenge, and it's a series of 15 questions that I will be answering, and it basically will give you insight onto me and my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let's jump into it. Alright, so first question is, describe your content in one sentence. I'd say that it's ambitious and it's consistent. Lately I've been coming out with really consistent thumbnails. I feel like that they're actually pretty good quality thumbnails, and I put a lot of work into them, so I like that aspect of it. Also, my commentary and the approach on how I attack my videos is pretty consistent too. My descriptions are very in-depth and will give you a lot of information, and it also gives you a consistent link to all my other social media sites, which is great. And then my content is consistent in the sense that I'm bringing out regular videos on a regular upload time. So I got a schedule of Tuesdays and Fridays at noon for both those days. And then if I really want to add more, then I'll just add extra videos throughout the week. But consistently, my videos are every Tuesday and Friday at noon. So I like that. When it comes to ambitious, I'm ambitious in the sense that I'm always trying to improve my channel, and I'm always trying to make it as professional looking as possible. I recently got a new banner. I'll have a new profile picture soon. And also the amount of content that I want to bring to you guys, because like I basically have access to a good majority of the consoles right now, and so I feel like I can bring you guys a lot of different content. It could be indie games, horror, anime style, MMORPG, you name it, I can pretty much do it. AAA titles, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I am ambitious, is because the amount of content I have, but also I like trying new things as well, new editing styles. I've done that throughout, my YouTube career, and I found where I like to be, and so I want to stay this way for a while until maybe I get a little bit bigger, and then I'll start approaching different things. Maybe I'll start learning After Effects, and I'll kind of implement that into my videos somehow. So I'm ambitious and always willing to learn to improve my videos and to improve my channel for you guys. What equipment do you use to film? So right now I'm using the Logitech Brio 4K camera. I actually recently just got this camera, and it was a significant upgrade when it came to video quality. I don't know if you guys can tell right now. It's actually really sharp, but before I was using the Logitech C90, the difference is insane. And the price point was pretty good too. I think it was like a $250 camera. I still got the Logitech, so I could actually use it for like separate angles and stuff like that, but I haven't implemented that into my channel yet. I haven't found a reason to quite yet, but that's what I use to film all my videos. If you guys want to know what I'm using to capture all the gameplay that's on my PS4, I use my Elgato HD60, and I find I've been using it for a long time. I kind of want to upgrade it eventually, but for now it's done me pretty good so far. I can record in 1080p, 60 frames per second, not a problem. But those are the main things that I use for my recording, and then everything else, I've got a ton of other different things that I've upgraded. So the channel is constantly improving every single day. Question number 3, what do you use to edit? Well, recently Steam came out with a Sony Vegas 14 download. It was on sale, and so I ended up getting that, and that's what I've been using for actually quite a long time now. I have the option to use Pinnacle Studios, but I also have the option to use Adobe Premiere. I can use that too, but I've never actually opened the program. I really enjoy Sony Vegas for the simplicity of it, and how much you can actually do with it. So that's what I use. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people use the same thing, or the Adobe Premiere or Pinnacle Studios. I prefer not to use Pinnacle Studios. That was what I used when I first started YouTube, but now I've kind of been able to afford other things. And so yeah, Sony Vegas is what I use right now. Alright, question number 4. Which YouTuber do you resemble the most in terms of content? Well, I did Twitch one time, and I had someone say that I resemble Markiplier. There's no way, I'm nowhere near as good at commentating as any of those guys. I feel like the commentary is probably my weakest point on my channel, to tell you the truth. But I do my best, and I use the editing to my advantage to try to keep it consistent as much as possible. But if I had to say I resemble anybody, tell you the truth, I don't watch many other people than Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye. I watch a lot of, like, you know, Grinch's videos, Scavenger Zero's videos, Scrap Gaming's videos, and Jester and Glass's videos. So I think we all kind of resemble each other, but we're all unique in our own special way. I guess if I had to say, I'd probably be closer to Markiplier, but that's really stretching it. For genuineness, I'd say I'm like Jack, but it's hard to say. I don't want to just say I'm like someone. I like to think that I'm an individual and unique in my own ways, so hopefully you guys are okay with that answer. I have no idea. But yeah, so I think I resemble Markiplier the most based on his content, and depending on if I'm alone or not, I might be a little bit more energetic in my videos, so it really just depends on what I am doing at the time. So question 5, which big YouTuber would you love to collab with and why? I have a couple in mind. One of them would be Mr. Raffle Waffles. The reason why I choose him is because he's done so much work when it comes to bringing out the zombie storyline, and I would have had no clue on any of that stuff. It would have been just a generic zombies game to me if it wasn't for him and him deciphering code and, you know, learning the languages of the alien creatures that are inside the game, and just like tying the whole story in and doing all the work that he does and having all the extra insight, you know, breaking down every video, every poster, every piece of the zombies storyline and the merch. Like, he does everything and it blows my mind. I mean, he even built a web page where you can actually punch in the language glyphs, and depending on what it is, you can decipher it and you can figure it out for yourself. I'd say Mr. Raffle Waffles because he's more at my level. He's not at my level, he's way above me, but he is closer to me than the rest. He's not as big, so I'd feel less intimidated with him. Plus, playing zombies would be actually really easy to strategize and to communicate, and plus we're, you know, huge fans of the game, and so I think Mr. Raffle Waffles would be my choice. Question 6. Does your channel meet the new monetization guidelines? My channel did at one time. It does say that I'm partnered with a checkmark, but at the same time, I know I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, so I do not meet the requirements right now. Hopefully, eventually, I'll get there, and I completely approve of the choices that YouTube made to do that, because it really shows who wants to progress and do this more than just a hobby. And one of my big things, and one of my community's big things, is that we really want to push ourselves to be successful. Success is hard to come by, but I mean, you put a lot of hard work into something and hopefully it'll pay off, and that's what we all do. We help support each other, and I have the goal in mind to eventually one day quit my job to do this full time, which means I'll be able to bring out more content at a consistent rate and always be able to improve and interact with you guys, because that's what is really exciting about this whole venture. So I completely agree with monetization guidelines, the YouTube guidelines, but I do not meet the requirements yet. I'm at 550 subscribers right now, and eventually I'm hoping I will get there within the year, if at all possible. If I can get another 450 subscribers by the end of the year, I am blown away and I have met my goal, and I will never stop trying. So that is my answer to question 6. Do you think the new guidelines are fair? Like I said in question 6, I completely think that they're fair, and I don't think that it is a bad thing at all. I was even pissed off at the fact that, you know, I lost my partnership because I was only making like 5 cents maybe per video, if that. And I mean, it's not a big deal. It's really about it's more about the marathon and not about so much the race itself. You got to take it one step at a time, and I wasn't in that position where I lost a lot of stuff. So to me, it just gives me more to work towards, and hard work really pays off, and you'll see that, because it'll give me that encouragement. It'll boost my confidence and all that kind of stuff. So I'm perfectly fine with what YouTube did there. Question 8. What do you classify as a small YouTuber? I'd say 10,000 and less. But the reason why I say 10,000, like, I don't think that's a small number by any means. I'm I'm not even close to that number right now, but I feel like you're starting to get noticed. You're really getting the views. You're really getting the consistent subscribers. So obviously people really enjoy your content, but you've got still so much more to go, because like with YouTube, you know, your first 100 subscribers is such a huge milestone, and then your first 500, and then your first 1,000 is such a huge milestone, and even 10,000 is huge. But in the grand scheme of things, like, you don't start getting really noticed until like you've got like 15, 20, 25, 100, you know, 1 million, 5 million, so on and so forth, right? Like, millions of subscribers make the difference when it comes to YouTube, it seems like. But you can live off of thousands of subscribers, which is perfectly fine too. So I don't think it's a small number by any means, but I definitely think in the grand scheme of YouTube, it is pretty big, pretty small in comparison. I'm gonna say about 10,000 would be considered a small channel. Question 9: if you had more money, equipment, support, what content would you make? If I had more money and equipment and support, we'll start off with money. If I had more money, I can quit my job. I can do this full time. I can pump out 5 to 10 videos a week, so 2 videos per day, which would easily be my goal. I'd make this a full-time job for sure. I'd come out with, you know, different kind of merchandise. I have ideas for shirts. I have ideas for hats. I'm really far away from that, so I'm not going to do that now. I don't have the money or the support or anything like that quite yet. Everybody has that in mind. Improving your brand, improving your equipment, so like having 4K monitors with like 4K camera with frickin' 4K recording, so that you get that optimal gameplay that you've always wanted. Having the best equipment for, you know, running your stuff, so like upgrading your computer parts, making it that dream setup that you've always wanted. And then maybe eventually, if I had the money, I'd definitely consider owning or moving my stuff into an office outside of my house, because I don't know if you can hear any of the extra noise in the background or not, but I have kids upstairs. They're running all over the place, banging around. And so, you know, to have it separate in a quiet place where I can soundproof the whole room and all that kind of stuff. And then even one day having someone work with me to help me do my editing, to help me do my thumbnails and improve on that. And being my own boss and helping provide jobs for others is extremely important. And so if I had more money, I'd do a lot of that kind of stuff. And then when it comes to equipment and support, yeah, like I said before, I'd be upgrading all kinds of things. I'd probably have, you know, a hard drive that can hold everything, so I don't ever lose a piece of my content, and I can come up with crazy montages and just kind of reminisce and look back at my older content, because it's a memory thing too, right? Everything is important. Every video that I've done is a recorded memory on top of it being entertaining as well. So, you know, YouTube is a lot more than just making videos to me. It's something to look back on. Say something happened to me and I passed away or whatever, I can look back, and everybody can look back and see the stuff that I did, and who knows, maybe learn from it, grow from it, appreciate it, whatever, right? So, and then when it comes to support, you know, networking, turning my community into something even bigger, maybe coming out with a community type webpage or a community type YouTube channel where I can have all my YouTube buddies, from Grinch, who's in Texas, and I can get Scavenger Zero and Jester and Glass and Noxidar and a whole bunch of other different people. Scrap Gaming. We're all from different areas. Not so much Jester and Glass and Scrap, but all my YouTube buddies are from all over the world. I think that would be an important thing when it comes to support. So that's something I would do or consider trying to do. I mean, there's options. This is the internet, and the way technology is going nowadays, the world is a smaller place now. So, and also traveling. I'd love to be able to travel and actually go meet, you know, some of my YouTube friends like Scavenger Zero, Grinch. You know, we've been buddies pretty much since the beginning, since we started our channels, and you know, we've actually become extremely good friends over the internet. We've never met once, but we've know what each other looks like. We interact with each other on a daily basis. I feel like, you know, it's more than just like a pen pal thing. I feel like that these are genuine friends of mine, right? So to actually go and meet them would be fantastic in my mind. And maybe do a collab together, side by side, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, I've got a lot of ambition and a lot of thoughts towards these kind of things. So if I had the extra money, equipment, and support, that would be the kind of content that I would create. So, question 10. Do you watch and support other small YouTubers? Yes, I do. Right now, my community is Bazerath's community, but I actually am thinking of changing the name one of these days so that it's more of a community name and not so much focused just on me. Because it's not really about me, it's more about interacting and helping each other out and sharing. So, I've got a pretty decent community. Alright, so this is my community right now. And these are a couple of the other communities that I'm a part of, but the main one that I deal with is my Bazerath community. Good Luck Have Fun is my other channel. That's how I organize all my videos for my Good Luck Have Fun review channel. And then we got Grinch's channel, and then Schweebe's page as well. And right now, we're extremely active, right? So we post thumbnails, we post everyday regular things. We constantly help support each other and critique each other on how to improve each other's videos and everything, right? So it's non-stop, every day, on a daily basis, and then it's completely organized on the side. So if you want to talk to me, if you want to share your videos, you can share your videos. Updates, help, Twitch streams. So if you're doing a Twitch stream, you can share it there. Places to share your content, web pages, goals. You can share your goals and talk to each other on how to reach those goals, and by what time. Share your Twitter. So, and then we got voice chats as well. So that is what I've got going on right now for that. And so that's my community page, and I'm on there all the time. We're on there all the time. So yes, I support small YouTubers on a daily basis. Every single day, I'll find time to watch a video. Doesn't matter if it's one person's video in a day or multiple people's videos in a day. But I do everything in my power to get to as many people as I possibly can. And I'm caught up on most, believe it or not. So, question 11. List 3 hobbies outside of YouTube. My wife sometimes says I have way too many hobbies. I personally love to watch anime. Just finished watching, I think, Sword Art Online 2. I know my cousin, he ended up playing that game. It came out, I had no idea that they came out with a new Sword Art Online. I thought it was just the game, and then I found out that they actually came out with another series of it. So I ended up watching that, and I also ended up watching the Fate series. They came out with a new season, which I got to get on that as well. And I need to catch up on the Dragon Ball series, like the Dragon Ball Z Super series. So I watch a lot of anime, and I prefer to watch anime or TV shows over movies anyway, and get into the characters longer and all that kind of stuff. Other hobbies, it's really tough to say. I'd say that my next biggest hobby would be working out. I do love going to the gym, but lately, because I recently just had a kid, so that was number 3. I had kiddo number 3, and I also had 2 months off, plus I got injured at work, so I was kind of on light duty for a long time and haven't been able to properly work out in the last like 3 months, but I'm hoping to get back into it. If you check out my Patreon page, you'll see me, and I'll actually look pretty decently ripped on my first picture. So that was what I used to look like, and right now I've gained a little bit of weight, but I'll get back into it hopefully soon. I mean, it's summer, and I have no other excuse. I really should just be doing those things. And then my third hobby would be Warhammer. Oh my goodness, I love Warhammer, but we haven't played recently. We're getting into D&D, and I just recently did a character sheet for D&D, but what I want to do is, now that everything's all cleared up here, I want to start doing more Warhammer stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I don't want my armies to gain dust, and because I play the Chaos Space Marines, I just want to smash and crush and you know, just completely demolish other armies, because that's just like the whole premise of like what my army's about. Plus I love the story and all that kind of stuff. So those are my 3 hobbies. So we got anime, we've got working out, and we've got Warhammer. Question 12. When do you upload? Like I said before, I upload every Tuesday and Friday at noon. That is going to be my consistent schedule, and I've also am ahead on my schedule posts right now. I think I've got the next 3 or 4 weeks already, you know, uploaded, and so I'm covered for the next little while, and that'll give me time to start focusing on other content like VR, the new game Detroit Become Human. That'll be a series that I'm adding on top of my Witcher 3 series, and so I've got a lot coming your guys' way when it comes to that kind of stuff. Question 13. Where do you want your channel to be in a year's time? I'd probably say that I'm hoping to gain another couple hundred subscribers. I'm happy with another 2 or 3. I don't have to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark right this second, but if I get there, I mean, obviously I'm going to be extremely excited. It goes to show that hard work will be paying off at that point. Right now, I find that my channel's kind of been gradually growing, but not growing at a steady enough rate. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna try to improve on some of those things, maybe improve on some of my SEO, keyword searches and all that kind of stuff, because maybe that's just where I'm faulting. I'm not too sure, or it could just be the content itself. If there's something wrong with it, please let me know in the comments or whatever, or direct message me on Twitter, and just give me a heads up. How can I improve for you guys? Because that is the big thing about this channel. It is for you guys as well as it is for me. So, you know, feedback, I can take it. I am a 30-year-old guy with broad shoulders. I can handle it. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers, but if I get to like 700, 800, that's still progression in my books anyway. So that's where I hope to be in the next year's time. Question 14. Tell us your social medias. Right now, I've got Twitter, which I use like on a regular basis. I use Twitter all the time. I post everything about what's going on in my life, what I'm doing when it comes to editing, just random things, you know, memes if they're funny, then I share other people's videos, or I do shout outs or whatever. So I'm constantly on Twitter. You'll always be able to find me and message me there. I use Facebook, but I don't really care for Facebook that much. I find that it's a lot more difficult to reach out to people, and I've never, other than talking with my family, I've never really been good at using Facebook in general, so I don't really use that. Player.me is another one that I use quite a bit. It's an all-in-one social hub where you can find all the links to all my social medias, everything that I use, so on Twitch or whatever. And I find that the community is extremely active and extremely helpful, and I just love it there. Like, you know, they got good layouts for your Twitch streams and all that kind of stuff. And I'm able to share my content, but at the same time, I'm getting real life interaction. Like, I'm actually talking with people about things and getting discussions going and all that kind of stuff. So I use player.me quite a bit. And then I also focus a lot on my my Patreon. So anything that I don't really share on my community page. Oh yeah, Discord is another one. I use Discord on a daily basis. But my Patreon, right now I don't think I have anybody supporting the Patreon page yet. It's still pretty brand new. But it's all set up, it's all complete, it looks really good. And you get to learn a lot about my story and stuff that I'm going through right now. And anything that I deem is something deserving of someone who's actually going to pay to help support my channel, all my stuff goes on there. Even if no one's there and no one's like actually supporting the Patreon page, I still go on there, because when they do, I want them to know that they are actually using their money to help me out, and that's a big deal. So I want to make sure that everything that I post is important and genuine, and I want it to be stuff that is worth the money that they're spending on me to do what I'm doing right now as a hobby, to maybe one day do it as a full-time job. So Patreon, it's kind of like my main thing to go to, but not so much because I don't have anybody quite yet. It sounds so bad. But right now, I'd say Discord and player.me and Twitter are the big ones. So if you ever want to find me, you'll be able to catch me on those. Plus, I'll leave a link in the description below, so you'll be able to find me anywhere on those pages. And then last question, question 15, does pineapple belong on pizza? I know that everybody else was saying no, which is mind-boggling. I have no idea why people don't like pineapple on their pizza. I mean, it's a fruit, and it's citrusy, and it's delicious. And it's like they don't like Hawaiian pizza. Like, I freaking love Hawaiian pizza. I love pineapple on everything. But then again, I pretty much eat anything and everything. And I'll try anything once. But yeah, it's really mind-boggling. All the other videos that I've seen of this, they say that they don't like it. I personally love pineapple on my pizza. Sorry, Grinch. Sorry, Shweeby. But it's just, I don't know. Maybe we can't be friends no more. Friends off, friends on. It's up to you guys. You guys kind of said that. So, yeah. I like pineapple on my pizza. Take it with a grain of salt, you know. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, Grinch, for shouting me out and getting me to do this challenge. It was a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.